Red Sox Nation has fallen in love with first-year manager Alex Cora, as they should. The skipper has led the Red Sox to a franchise record 108 wins and now here to the World Series. But the world has found more reasons to appreciate Alex Cora's leadership, reasons bigger than baseball.
Sports Report with Ruthie Polinsky.
Football is back. It is the week of Patriots training camp, with rookies reporting to Gillette Stadium yesterday, veterans reporting on Wednesday. And it just wouldn't be right if we didn't have some sort of breaking news prior to the first day of practice on Thursday. According to ESPN, Julian Edelman hurt his thumb. He's expected to miss the early part of camp. Edelman was spotted wearing a brace underneath a glove during his youth football clinic over the weekend. Devin and Jason still love messing with the media. In fact, they wore each other's jerseys today at their media availability. And as Yanni mentioned, Mama McCourty getting her own press conference today. She said she cannot wait for the family picture on the field on Saturday. When you think about maybe the moment of winning a Stanley Cup on the same ice that you won a national championship, what do you think of? And Danny Ainge also said that he had an idea Kyrie wasn't going to return around March or April. He said that's when they started targeting Kemba Walker, calling him the Celtics' Plan A. About 3 weeks ago, the Rams were blown out at VCU, and that could have been a time for this team to just throw in the towel and give up on the season. But instead, they won 4 of their last 5 games of the regular season. They've now won 6 straight games, and they're heading to the A-10 semifinals. At a Patriots training camp next week, some relevant news on another AFC opponent. Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Tyreek Hill will not face a suspension from the NFL following a domestic violence dispute. Patrick Mahomes might be undefeated this season, but here's an interesting fact. Tom Brady and Bill Belichick are also undefeated during the regular season when they play a quarterback under the age of 25. And Craig Berube added that despite pulling his rookie goaltender Jordan Binnington in Game 3, he is as confident as ever in him, and he will start in Game 4. Binnington is 12-2 following a loss this season. What a bizarre game, right? I mean, 3-3 going into the fourth quarter. How unbelievable was it that this team was able to keep their composure and get down into the end zone? At what point during that 84-yard return were you like, I might take this all the way?
The whole time. I needed a touchdown bad in my career.
But here's what we do know about this Arkansas team. They finished 8-10 in SEC play, and they're the worst defensive rebounding team in the country. Good news for the Friars that the Razorbacks will be without leading scorer and rebounder Daniel Gafford, who's preparing for the NBA draft. So the Friars should be able to exploit that weakness. Crashing the boards and creating second chances against Arkansas's length and athleticism will be key.
This is the third time that the Friars are seeing the Bulldogs in the last 16 days. Ed Cooley believes that's an advantage for his team, but he knows it's an advantage for Butler too. And Yanni, with Tom Brady's touchdown pass to Josh Gordon in the fourth quarter, Tom Brady has now thrown 500 touchdown passes. He's also thrown touchdowns to 71 different receivers. That's a new NFL record. Unbelievable. Pat going down, that had to be rough for your defense just to watch, as his teammate and his friend, and then you come in and you step up. There's all this drama, which seems to be changing on a day-to-day basis. Like, one day Kyrie feels really good, one day Kyrie feels really bad, and is he the guy that's dictating the mood of the team? Because he sure says he is. And Red Sox fans will be happy to hear that Alex Cora has 4 empty picture frames waiting in his office. He hopes that final picture will commemorate a world championship. Much more coming up from Fenway Park on Eyewitness News at 6. For now, live ahead of Game 1 of the World Series, I'm Ruthie Polinsky, Eyewitness News. Well, Bruce Cassidy did not confirm nor deny the reports of a broken jaw for his captain, but Zdeno Chara's status for Game 5 is still unknown. What was your message to your guys after this one?
Just how much I love them.
Yeah, one of the cool things about Minneapolis as the Super Bowl host city is the Mall of America. And not only is it indoors where people can escape this cold for a little bit, but it's the largest mall in the country, and this week it's growing. The obvious connection between you and Rhode Island, Kwity Paye, and me.
Yeah, Michigan grad.
Right, Michigan grad. Just Kwity Paye finishing his freshman year. Yeah. What did you like about his transition from the high school to the college level?
Well, Kwity, he's just been an animal.
Yeah, Yanni, well, after the game, Ed Cooley was very quick to point out that he's not a believer in the phrase, you can't beat a team 3 times, and he proved that tonight with a 23-point win over the Butler Bulldogs. That's an easy question for me because the answer is yes. I mean, it's March, baby, This is when This is when teams get hot and they stay hot and they win, and they can win. I do have to ask you, with a newborn baby, how special is this to celebrate with your family?
It's amazing.
How do you measure this team against not just the last 4 Red Sox teams to win a World Series the last 15 years, but maybe ever? Score 5 unanswered to tie it. Mookie Betts in the 4th, regaining the lead, a shot to deep left field. That's a 2-run home run to give the Red Sox the lead. Up 10-5 in the 4th, still JBJ playing in his hometown. His family's in the crowd. He sends this pitch down to the right field line. It's out of here. That's his second 3-run home run of the game. Sox extending their lead to 13-5. "15-year-old Sierra Martinez comes from a family of boxers, 2 older brothers and a dad with fighting in their roots.
One day I told my dad I wanted to box because I was like a chubby girl. There was a girl in the gym that I was training with and she wanted to spar me. Everybody thought she was gonna beat me up, but I ended up like doing damage, and my dad was like,
one jab.
My dad was like, she got talent.
From that moment on, Sierra was focused. She won a national title in Utah, earning a spot on Team USA. What is it about boxing that you love?
Honestly, that I can take all my anger out in a good way instead of like bad way. And it just, all my anger goes out. And after I'm in the gym, like, in the gym is my happy place.
That anger comes from a troubled past, one of abuse, and one that her father and trainer saved her from. But he says she saved herself.
She's very humble, whereas I'm very not humble, and I'm her biggest advocate. You know, there were situations and scenarios there that are very vivid in her mind, and she was able to go back to that in the ring, channel that negative energy into positive energy.
Can you take me in there with you? Take me into the ring with you and tell me what's going through that head?
And since I was a abused child, I used to have, like, they used to put me in the closets and stuff. My dad asked me, like, Sierra, you wasn't there, like, where was you? And I told him I was in the closet and I was fighting my way out.
A past of hate and fear turned into a future of love and success. Where do you want to end up? What's your end goal?
The Olympics. I want to go to the Olympics. Winning the Olympics is honestly my goal.
What are the challenges of being a girl boxer?
It's a male-dominated sport. Everybody's like, you know, put the girls to the bottom because they don't think that we can achieve what boys can. But honestly, we could do more. I'm not old enough to go in 2020. I have to go in 2024.
We'll see you there?
Yes.
Well, about a month ago, I received an email from a viewer hoping I would be able to pass along a letter she addressed to none other than Patriots owner Mr. Robert Kraft. In the letter, she explained her 28-year-old godson, Kyle LeBourne, suffers from ALS and is a lifelong Patriots fan. I forwarded the letter to Vice President of Media Relations, Stacey James. The Patriots surprised 28-year-old Kyle LeBourne with a gift, and I was gifted with being a small part of that surprise, just in time for the holidays. 28-year-old Kyle LeBourne was officially diagnosed with the horrific disease ALS about 2 years ago. A lifelong Patriots fan, his godmother wrote a letter addressed to Robert Kraft.
Amazing guy, asks for nothing. And I knew the one thing that would just be the thrill of his lifetime is to go see the Patriots play.
Well, we worked behind the scenes with VP of Media Relations Stacey James, who relayed this letter to the Patriots owner.
It's very cool to see the person. Okay.
So in the midst of what was nothing more than a tour of the WPRI studios for Kyle and his family,
This is Stacey James with the Patriots.
Oh, wow.
What's going on?
the phone rang.
Mr. Kraft has an early Christmas present for you.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
I think Ruthie has them for
I
you.
do.
4 club seats with pregame field access to a game of Kyle's choice.
We have some teary eyes here.
That's what we like doing.
The events on Thursday afternoon are just further proof that Robert Kraft and the New England Patriots care about much more than just football.
You guys made this all possible for me, and that's once in a lifetime.
It's just wonderful to see him happy and be able to do something fun and enjoy himself.
And even behind a large organization, there's beautiful people who are willing to help those who really deserve it.
Kyle's mom asked him after he was diagnosed if he ever wonders, why me? And his response to that question was, if not me, then who? And I think that just speaks to the kind of guy that Kyle is, and I think Robert Kraft and the Patriots felt that through his godmother's letter.
Well, you pulled off that surprise, Ruthie.
I was really excited to be a part of it, and I'm so grateful to that whole family for making the trip here from Westerly today.
Yeah.
So it was just very, very special.
Okay, thank you, Ruthie.
We hope they have a fantastic time. Thanks, Ruthie.